Good evening, folks. Thanks for joining us here at Rouse Stadium. The Wayne Warriors have come to visit the Fairmont Firebirds as we have another crosstown rivalry game about to get underway, and it's sure to be an exciting one. Up in the booth, we have Jeff Go Bucks Allen and Jared the Big Man Bergstrom with the keys to the game.
Thanks, Stash, and now we'll go into Wayne's offensive keys to the game, and we're going to go with the first one. You have to utilize the screenplays. They are oozing with athleticism all over the field, and you have to take advantage of those mismatches, and Fairmont's very young secondary. The second one is going to have to be spreading out the Firebirds. You can really work out their mismatches once you spread out that 3-4 defense and take advantage of the mismatches once you're out on the secondary. And the third one is going to be establishing the running game early. That really makes the other two fall into place. They have a very tough front seven, and if you can penetrate that, all downhill from there. Defensively, Wayne is going to have to get big. That is something Centerville did not do a good job with last week, Jared, and they just ran them all night long, threw in a couple passing plays. We'll get to that later. Second of all, they have to get stops on first down. That triple option is going to eat away at the clock and eat away at your defensive fatigue. So if you do not stop them on first down, then they're going to get 3rd and 5s, 2nd and 5s. They're really going to run you all over the field. Third of all, for Wayne defensively, always be alert for the pass. We saw the defensive coordinator from Centerville sleeping very many times, and even from Miamisburg, most of their scores in the last 2 games have come from the pass. Right. So as hard as it sounds, you always have to be alert for that every single play. And Jared, what about the keys of the game for Fairmont?
Fairmont offensively, you got to control the line of scrimmage. Last week, the Firebirds executed that excellently against the Elks and surprised them with a victory. You got to sprinkle in the trick plays. You talked about the passing plays a little bit last week. Fairmont was 4 for 4 passing the ball, something they haven't done like that in quite a few years. And then Gant has to battle through the trenches. It's going to be a physical game on the offensive line and defensive line tonight, and Gant's probably going to get the majority of the carries tonight. Defensively, you got to keep utilizing that delayed blitz that the Firebirds brought against the Elks last week. It confused Harrison all week, and it spilled over into last night's Thursday night game as he was struggling against Springfield too. Keep the linebackers out of one-on-one situations. Trey Baker is probably the best guy within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage, but if you get him out in one-on-one coverage, Wayne can eat him alive all night.
Spread him out.
And then finally, Baker's doesn't. If I looked at the stats, when Trey and Garrett's averaged 13 tackles combined, what Fairmont is 15-8 on the season. So if Fairmont wants to try and pull out the victory tonight, they have to at least have 13 different tackles tonight. Who's a player to watch for both Fairmont and Wayne tonight?
For me, I'm going to go on the defensive sides of the ball for both teams, Jared. Gerard Couch. For Wayne, he is a defensive menace. He's leading the team in tackles, tied for 4th in total sacks in all of GWOC. And when you go and when you go to Fairmont's side of the ball, you see Trey Baker, the man I talk about so much, the senior captain of this team. He stepped up in 2 crucial moments last week, and he is no doubt one of the most talented players that Fairmont has ever graced on any of their rosters. And Jared, what about you?
I'm going to keep it. It's going to be battle of the quarterbacks tonight. Cam Fancher for Wayne. He's coming in. I mean, he's completing nearly 75% of his passes, and Wayne is not afraid to throw the ball, even if they're up big or down in a game. So I think Fancher's going to have to be the one to watch out. And Hillen, we watched him. He's 4 for 4 last week, 6 for 6 over the past 2 weeks. And even if he's not throwing the ball, he leads the offensive line in the triple option with precision. And I think he's going to be a big player to watch out tonight. Who do you think is going to win and why?
For me, Jared, it's going to have to be Fairmont. They surged the offensive line so great. So they got the first step, and they came up big in key situations. Caught them with the trick plays. I think Fairmont has a lot of momentum. I think they're going to roll over Wayne tonight.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take Wayne. I think Wayne, coming off a stellar performance last week against Beaver Creek, putting up 63, the most points they put on all season. Wayne, I know numbers don't lie. Wayne still mathematically has a chance to get in the playoffs if they win out. And I think that starts tonight here with a win against Fairmont on the road.
Great point, Jared. We spoke. Back to you, Stash.
Thanks, guys. Sounds like it's going to be an exciting football game, and both teams are going to have their hands full on both sides of the ball. We'll head down to the field now for the kickoff.
Number 18, Austin Collins on the kickoff return.